Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here with the Alpha to Omega playthrough. This is our laser playthrough with Adam Laserbeam. You can't really see it there. Oh well. Anyway, so we are currently... How far into this? We are 43 days in. A little over that. We're 45 days in. We have completed 1 month of Concord Pass. We've been able to pick up quite a few ships. We're at 255 million. We really should have been somewhere around 300 million. Hello, Jinner. Hello, Outlaw. Welcome, welcome. We should be at like 300 million right now, but I was lazy and wanted to play other games. Also wanted to take some time off because it's been busy at work, so I did. But now that we've got another Concord Pass to do, I have to do that. So, let's see here. Let's check our inventory. Inventory is much the same as last time. We do have this Executioner Research Core, which is nice. Yeah, do I have more risk than you right now? Oh lord. That's sad. But we are abusing the Concord Pass, so that's why. Alright, so new Concord Pass. I need to go back to my inventory. Alright, so here is what our ship hangar looks like. Main things that we've got waiting for us are the Succubus and the Cruel. We'll upgrade these a little bit later once we have Omega, but we can't do any of that until we're Tech 7. Once we are Tech 7, we can join in on Dormant Realms, so we're gonna try to do that. Which will help us pay for Omega a lot easier. And we'll try to get into Sancha content as soon as we hit Omega as well. But, in order to do that, we need to have, at a minimum, we need to have, I think, 500 million, before the next time we get the, Concord points for the skill chips. But at a maximum, we'll need like 1 billion-isk. So we've got... Oh, is it only? Let me check on that. Ooh, let me fix that. I have a problem. I don't see it. They're saying it's sub-only chat. Can anybody confirm? Because I don't think it's on sub-only, but it might be. Let me check in here, because there was an OBS update, so maybe... Yep, it got turned on. There we are. Fixed. Fixed. Thank you so much, Mando. I apologize. OBS did an update today and they messed with it, so should be fine now. Thank you so much, Mana. I appreciate that. Anyway, so that's our setup so far. Concord, nope, we are not Omega yet. We are still quite a ways off. I think we need at least 1 more month of Omega, or 1 more month of Concord Pass here, and then we can be Omega. Hey, Double Vision, hello, welcome. Once again, sorry guys for the accidental sub-only mode. We have been AFK forming since last night at 10:30, which is when I did my post last night on Discord. So yeah, we have 18 hours of AFK, which has given us 440 points between all of these. Doing it one more day will do that. I use BlueStacks. On my channel, I do have a video on how I had that set up. And, you know, I should actually have a... Gino, are you able to set that up for me? Command for emulator? And link that video? I don't know if you have access to that right now. That would be really helpful, because I get a lot of people. It is the BlueStacks setup that I did a while back. Like, first couple of months after I started my channel. Yeah, it really depends on how your computer handles each of the emulators. I hear that Moo is the best one. It's both multi-box and solo, but yeah, it covers the full setup. Yeah. Yeah, I usually have to run on, like, low settings. Yeah, that'll work. I believe that is the right one. Yes, that is
Hello,
the right
hello,
one. Oh
Manuel.
god. Who is that rando? Yeah, Nightbot, I think, can set up. Alright, so we are gathering our points here. Yeah, 125,000 skill points, not bad. We are, how many days? 43 days. We're gonna be a little bit less than that after today, but... yeah. Uh, uh. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working right now. Anyway, so there we go. We got it. We are 43 days until Tech 7, so that means in 43 days, we need to start looking at making, about 2 billion ISK. So we can start our Omega. That's hilarious. Thank you, Jenner. I appreciate that. Alright, let us go ahead and just fast forward through this. We're upgrading our small drones, but we won't be staying on that. We're just doing this for the days till, Tech 7. Alright, what else do we have to cover? Here is the ship and the fit. We have 415 DPS, which seems pretty good, actually. I feel like that's pretty good. Did we finish a upgrade here? I think we did. Alright, armor resistance, I need to get one more level of that armor operation. Let me throw that on here. $128,000? Oh, I probably could have traded that. Let's see if that kept both of them. No, it's still a little bit too long. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so the next level of this we will hit actually very soon, so... What is that, 10 points to the next level? Which we should have in about, I don't know, 15 minutes, 17 minutes? Something like that. Not too bad. Hello, Snoopy, welcome. Alright, what are we gonna do tonight? I think... Well, we're gonna be grinding our missions. So I think we need to go toward... Good, we got some extra skill points. Alright, we're now down to 41 days. Yeah, I think we're just gonna start heading toward... Fortler.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
Yeah, I don't know what the goal is today. We're just gonna grind and grind and grind. Maybe we'll go for a couple of hours.
Warp drive
Of hours. If we can manage to go for about 2.5 hours, we'll swap over to the main account and we'll check our resets for today on the Omega Duo store, which is now here. In order to access this, you have to have Omega Duo. For us, in order to get that, that would be 500 Plex, which I think comes out to like... God, it's pretty awful now. If Omega Basic is 2 billion, Omega Duo is like...
Warp drive active.
5.6 or something like that? 5.6 billion? Let's see here. So 170 puts it at 2.2, so that's what we have to make in order to get Omega for our first month. If we wanted to do Omega, we would need 6.4 billion. Oh my. Yeah, that's on the rough side, I'll tell you. Wonder if I can do something here.
Warp drive active.
I believe that is all of them. Oh my. Can you all read that okay? Or do I need to make that bigger?
Warp drive active.
Looks like it's fine. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Awesome, that'll work.
Warp drive active.
Ooh, we're going all around the screen here today. Alright, that'll work.
Warp drive active.
I believe last time we upgraded our armor repair. So now we're at 432 per armor rep.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's been kind of hot out in Knoll for the last, like, month, hasn't it?
Warp
Oh
drive
no!
active.
Yeah, that happens. That absolutely happens. Those Ascendants are aggressive. They will ram you without hesitation.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Ooh, you got a kill on a red bodyguard? Nice. Oh, yeah. That definitely got you there. That's unfortunate. Did you have anybody on the Citadel to help you out, or were you just undocked to try to defend it?
Warp drive active.
Ah, alt was on guns? Yeah. I'm sorry you lost that. Hopefully you were able to, recover it with IP. Was it fairly cheap comparatively, or was it a pretty expensive loss? Did you have it, like, fully integrated? Oh no, you didn't get it back?
Warp
Ooh,
drive
I feel
active.
bad for you. Yeah, that sucks. Well, you do have a little bit of a buffer to try to get that back. I don't remember how long that time period is, though. I want to say it's a month or 3 months. 120 days, okay. That's actually not too bad. 6 months to try to make 20,000 IP back. Alright. There we go. Sounds bad. Hate when my headset does that. I can just turn this off. Wow, really? One mission? That's all it gave me.
Autopilot engaged. Destination reached. Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Alright, here we go. I need to... Ah, Panacotta. He's everywhere, man. I'll tell you what. He's a good player. Panacotta really knows how to kill things. Yeah, I want the Verge of Silence to come back again. But we only get it like once every 6 months or something. Or maybe like twice a year. Something like that. Well, you have plenty of capitals that can shoot you. And you have plenty of super capitals that can shoot you in that event. Since the last time we saw you guys, they have updated the mission thing here to now have a 15-minute timer instead of 20 minutes. So we'll be able to get missions a little bit more consistently. But if it doesn't want to give me missions, that's just how it is.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I have no idea on the labs. I know for a while now they felt kind of hard to get or lackluster on their loot. Although I have seen reports lately that the loot from the labs has gotten better. I think we need to do a stream on that, see what people think. I have no background information other than maybe one stream like a while ago that we can refer to. I think it was during one of my Cyan or Shanghai lab runs. I'll have to check on that, see what that loot was like. I know as a solo player, it has gotten significantly harder to have a lab spawn. It used to be that you could get one almost every reset, but it's just gotten worse over time. There have been times where I've done like 3 resets in a row and had nothing, and that's just killed some of my enjoyment of high-sec grinding. Especially with a capital ship. Capital ships rely on high-end and high-value missions to be worthwhile. So things like Cyan and Shanghai and Lucid Moon. But I don't know. I can just do everything except for a 5.5 million lab with 3 Dominic's navies and have the same result. And have half the cost of a capital. Yeah, we definitely need more repeatable high-sec content. Kind of miss having the Sandsha content, like, happening all the time. Sandsha content was such a good choice for them, and then they just kind of ruined it by removing the high-sec spawns to be once every, like, couple of days. I would almost rather them say that we get 1 guaranteed high-sec spawn a day of Sandsha, and then the other 2 would be low-sec. I know for sure we need to have Waste Seekers come back. I think Waste Seekers are a lot of fun. Oh, oh my. I am definitely beat from today. But that is okay. We're here to relax and enjoy our Alpha to Omega. Ooh, 90 minutes left and you can go home? Nice. Yeah,
Warp
watch.
drive active.
Watch Sancho be another low sex spawn. Ugh. Killing me, Smalls. Oh, by the way, I did not tell anybody about this, but if you are a subscriber, we now have 3 or 4 new emotes that you can use.
We're
So
under
go ahead and
attack.
check in on that. I've added three or four of them, but I need some suggestions because we have 3 extra new slots that we can use. So if any of you wants to submit like an idea, or wants to submit a particular image related to my content,
Enemy ships detected.
I am all for adding that as a emote.
We're under attack.
We should. I need a good Lucent Moon image though. So if you want to send an image on Discord, as a suggestion for the emotes, I am all for it. Maybe we'll put your name as the
Enemy ships
emote
detected.
name.
We're under attack.
Why is everything so far away? Ugh. We are cap stable, right? Yeah. 10 minutes, we're pretty much cap stable. Hell yeah. I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have as an idea. You can even request, like, what level you want it to be at. Like I said, we have 3 more emote slots. Technically 5 if you want to remove the 2 Orion Lol and Orion Hype. But here is all of them that we have currently. We have 3 more available, and if we remove the 2 generic ones, we can have 5 new ones.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I was thinking about using that image from Prometeo, where he was almost dead, as an emote.
We're under
Make it
attack.
like Orion's Fair. Or Orion Panic.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Can also go back and get Jinner's almost dead. That's a long time ago. My god.
Enemy ships detected.
We're talking about almost a year ago now. Before Visago. It did. Alright, 4 more missions.
Autopilot in destination reached. Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Well, hopefully we don't ever have Orion sad. Yeah, there's definitely a lot that we need. But if you have a good image for it, by all means, send it through. Yeah, I saw it. That's crazy. Alright, not bad for a bounty tick there. 1.5, and we didn't have a mission for a while. Let's go ahead and double that. Already made 3 million today. About 20 minutes of running. think we should have our next, oh, hey, we got our advanced tutorial.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
How are you feeling, pilot?
We're
Alright,
under
we should be on our next level of advanced tutorial here. Oh my, we've actually done quite a bit. Alright, so I need to flame that one. I need to flame that one, and then we are working on advanced tutorial 9. Is that 1.5 million bounties? Or billion?
How are you feeling, pilot?
Oh, is that 15? What is that? 150 million. Yes. We need a Susie 1K. But I'll put it at tier 3 sub. Yeah, we definitely need sub badges. I'm thinking sub badges should probably be based around the ships. Like ship progression. So you start with like an Ibis. And then work your way up. I don't know if I have the video for that. We might if we take Prometheus. I think I was following him the entire time his shield armor and hull was going down. We could probably use that as the animation if we can get a good enough video out of it. Or a good enough highlight. I don't know how that would work. So are we saying the tier 3 people are losing their structure?
enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Tier 3 subscribers are what that is. So you have tier 1 subscription, which I believe is like $5.99 a month if you want to. Tier 2 is $9.99 a month, and tier 3 is $24.99 a month. There's no benefits other than like sub badges right now, which we don't have any sub badges at the moment, but I'm working on them. That's why we're talking about it. I'm not very creative, but subs go toward me and Twitch. I'm not sure the full split on that, but it helps me make content for you guys, especially when events come around. I can use that to show off new items that come into game. It will also help me with getting ships that we can do giveaways with. But I am never going to ask you guys to sub. That is completely on you to make the choice whether you want to support me like that or not. I am just fine with you guys hanging out, talking to me, and just enjoying the stream. I am perfectly happy with that. Like I said, without you guys, I would not be flying a super carrier. So thank you all so much. Exactly. Save your money for the in-game items. I'm just some random on the internet. That is okay. Like I said, I enjoy you guys just hanging out, watching stream, chatting. That helps me more than you know. It's also the reason why I will never run subscriptions or ads on my channel. If you ever see an ad that is from Twitch, I have ads turned off. Yes. No, I've got the idea. They should be the membership icon. They should absolutely just be the membership thing. Absolutely steal it from...
Warp drive active.
Rip it straight from the game. Instead of the Omega thing, just put my character icon in the middle.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse indeed. I think it's great that we don't have to keep track of a whole lot of stuff out in space, and it reduces the load on the server, but dang, it gives people something to shoot at, like your POS, or your Citadel. It's okay, we got this. Boy, I do love a good chill day. So, a while back, we used to have a bunch of in-space modules, for corporations and citadels, where you could anchor them off of a structure or a planet, and those structures would be shot at by players to like engage with PvP and stuff like that. It's all part of like corporation and alliance warfare. But what they did is they removed those structures and had us unanchor them, which means to remove them from space itself. And they changed them to be a rig for the Citadel, which is your main corporation hub. So that's kind of what that means. So they took those in-space items and changed them to a rig. A rig would be similar to this, which you can put on your Citadel and get those bonuses. But yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it, with like bonuses that it provides and things like that. But think of it very similarly to, like a ship with its rigs. That's kind of how, Capsuleer Citadels and Fortizars all work right now. Always and welcome. New emotes. Welcome, Dorothy. How you doing today? Only for subscribers, though. We live. Yep. We live. Whichever one it is, we're there. Wonder if I should drop the second armor rep. Yep, I need some ideas because we've got 3 more tier 1 emotes that we can make. Technically 5 if we remove the 2 default emotes. Then we've got some tier 2 emotes and tier 3 emotes. We also need sub badges as well. So I'm working on all that, but I need some ideas. So if anybody has some good in-game images that we can use, I am all for it. We've had a couple of good suggestions already, so something we'll consider.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
We are grinding today. Just got off work and I wanted to do the Concord fast grind because we've got a new Concord fast going. I've got to dock up here at our next bounty tick though. See if I can grab our bonuses. I feel like I could probably drop that second armor rep. We can go with some other module down there. A third damage module might be good. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Maybe a tracking computer? Yeah. I'm glad I did too, because it seems to have worked out pretty good. I think it showed people that they're not too difficult. Um, and that they can combine it with the labs and get some pretty good bounty ticks, comparatively. I think they are a really nice step in between regular missions and laboratory missions. And the fact that they're available every reset is even better. It's like having a miniature lab every reset, which is so good. Nice, 81 to 100 million ticks. That's dang good. Yeah, with my 3 Dommy 2s, Dommy navies. God, there's too many Dominixes. Oh god. With my 3 Dominix navies, I was making about 90 million split between all 3. 180 with commendations. Which is incredible for high sec. You only really get that running Sancha content. Oh, you're doing the low sec ones? Nice. That's gotta be some pretty good income on those. I've heard the null sec one is like 24 million. And I'm sure there's one that's a little bit less value as well. Because there's a high sec 7.5 million, and then there's a high sec 9 million. They're both pretty chill though.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
$21 and 21.5 for low? Wow. What's the bounty tick on those? Do you have a number right now? Or is that the bounty? $15 plus or minus? Yeah, that's pretty good. I was really thinking about building the Dominix navies and having some Dominix navies out in Losec for a while to run those kind of missions. But I seriously just don't want to deal with the people coming through. Maybe if I was recording content rather than live streaming it, I'd be a little bit better off. But I need you guys for talking about content. If I was recording, I would only be doing like 20 minutes maybe. Depends on how long it would take for me to show off what I was looking for. Wow, look at that bounty tip. 2.3 million. That is I think that's our best bounty tick so far. 2.3 million. Yeah. I think you can run missions in someone else's system. You just can't run things that they can run that spawn naturally in their system. I think so long as it's your own mission, you're fine.
Enemy ships detected.
You might want some clarification here, but I'm pretty sure
We're under attack.
you can run your own missions. Yeah, we might need to get some clarification on that. Yeah. It's always good just to stay with the general rule of thumb that we have, or the general rules that we have, than to assume something and then do something wrong, you know? But always good to have clarification on things as well. Okay, this should be the end of wave 2.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yes, have a good one, Azim. Please be safe. Thank you for dropping by and saying hey. Well, at least Panacana didn't get you. I'm happy about that. He's got too many kill mails. I think he's good. Yes, take care of Dorothy. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we've got some good range now. We're just about 20 kilometers, 20 and a half kilometers, somewhere in there, 20.2 kilometers at 50%. That's pretty good. Yeah, I can definitely say that that should be a thing. To prevent that. Yes, absolutely. Alright, we're gonna dock up here real quick.
Autopilot engaged.
We're gonna grab our Concord reward for the skill points, and then we're gonna finish off a few more skills.
Warp drive active.
This should also put us down to like 30 days to make the ISK we need to get Omega Duo
Destined
or
docking
Omega
request
Basic
accepted.
by the time we hit Tech 7. Alright. I don't even need this skill right now. Maybe I should put it toward, okay, so we finished small drone. We should put it toward medium drone. So we can upgrade that. Hey, that should put us in a pretty good spot. For the succubus, that at least gets us started for the succubus. Alright. So where are we at now? 416 DPS? That's not terrible at all. Alright. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, I am back. Hello, everybody. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to our grind.
Undocking.
Another hour and a half. Until reset.
Warp drive active.
I see you.
We're under attack.
We only gained like 2 DPS, but what we did gain is a lot more resistance here. Now we've got some pretty good resistance. We also managed to get like 2 more minutes of capacitor, which is nice. Just from upgrading some of our skills. Oh boy. What's your Drake up to? Is it full DPS? That's not bad. I'm sure it would have been higher with torpedoes, right? The medium torpedoes. Or is that what you're using? Normal missiles, okay. Yeah, you'd probably be somewhere around 1800 or 2000 with the torpedoes.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
You think next month you'll get the core? That would be nice. Oh boy. Yeah, that definitely broke you. Oh no. Yeah. That's definitely the worst part of it. Oh. You only got the HP? Rip. This is where that range is definitely coming in handy.
Enemy ships detected.
Alright. About 2 million on that bounty tick. Yeah, 1.8.
We're under attack.
At this point, we've made something like 10.5 to 12 million-ish already. Not bad. Seems like the one armor rep is definitely holding up. Especially with the extra resistance increase. It's nice. Oh no. What did you do? Already? Oh. Division is kinda good. Oh, God. The mobile version is... I don't even know that there was a mobile version. Yeah, that was a pretty common problem for the Division back when it first started.
Warp drive
Especially if you were,
active.
like, a single player playing, it was certainly very empty.
We're under attack.
Got some Callista's enemies this time around, or Caldari enemies. That's nice. Yeah, just Caldari enemies. This drone is useless.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
I wonder if it would be worth running the long-range lasers. I don't know. This is doing fine, but I feel like they are just spawning a little bit too far away for me to be using these most of the time. Or every once in a while they'll spawn a little too far away. So maybe instead of having the second armor repair, we go for like an afterburner. might help close that gap a little bit. We could use a micro warp drive, but we could really only pulse it once in between each wave to get in range. Otherwise, it's just sitting there consuming our capacitor. As long as you have a micro warp drive equipped, it's going to consume 25% of your capacitor, and you just won't have it. Even if the module's off, you're just not going to have that capacitor. So it's kind of a hard choice to go with a micro warp drive. But an afterburner might be a better choice. I have quite a lot of capacitor stability, so I don't think
Enemy ships detected.
either option is a bad option. I just don't know if the
We're under attack.
micro warp drive will be a worse option. Here we got the missiles incoming. There goes the shield. I don't feel too bad about these cavalry enemies. We're chewing through them pretty good. Ooh, 554. Nice. That'll be such a good upgrade for you. It's not like a complete, like, night and day difference, but it'll definitely be a little bit of DPS to help you out.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Alright, got a bunch more
We're
missions
under
to run.
attack.
Hopefully these will hold us off until an hour from now. Yeah, I was honestly thinking about dropping my capital weapons on the Lucent Moon and just keeping, like, remote reps available. We actually got one of the battlecruiser missions, and one rep is keeping up just fine. We'll see how it goes on the later. No, I wouldn't be soloing it. It would be with somebody else. I don't know what I would use for solo, because all of my capital weapon skills are currently not a thing. Since I've got, on my main character is the one with the Lucid Moon, everything is in the super carrier. I think I have some skills in capital missiles, but it's not much. It's like 440. Which I only really use for running capital anomalies for those couple of enemies that run out to like 200 kilometers. Otherwise, it's just like, not really a problem. On the Lucent Moon, I'm not getting any benefit from the missiles. Yeah, 200 kilometers. I normally run the large missiles on one of my Phoenixes. I think I'm using it on the Karura right now, actually. With the large missiles. Yeah, every once in a while, when we don't have a carrier to clean up those, I do need to use the Karura to clean up the really far-range people. NPCs. Usually, it's one of those dreadnoughts that runs away. And we end up having to try to kill it at 250 kilometers. I don't own a Phoenix Bodyguard right now, I only have the Karuma. Body, Bodyguard would be better for the Seaways, though. I don't know how it evens out between the, large missiles, though. I think it's fine.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
We're probably going to take a little bit of damage trying to get in toward the battlecruiser. Yeah, bodyguard with javelin is pretty insane. Yep, those are about to take there. 2.2 million. Double to 4 million. Not bad. With one of these active, we're at 467 for our DPS. Yeah, it feels like one armor rep is fine for us now. We're not getting absolutely murdered. So I need to find a different low slot module to swap in. We could either go more DPS or we could throw on like an afterburner. Afterburner probably makes the most sense. Micro warp drive would be really nice if I knew how bad the capacitor was gonna be with it. I would honestly rather have an afterburner though. Yeah. And at least an afterburner won't be turned off if you're spammed. You might be like triple webbed, but you know, at least you have something. Yes, hi Legendary, welcome. How you doing today? I am doing good. We are just grinding away at the Concord Pass. Oh no. Yeah, there's definitely times where you just need to be away from the game. Whether it irritated you with a change, or something happened in game, it is good to take a break for a while if you ever need it. I don't know. I just don't play into that side of the game. It's not important to me. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can find a point in time where you might come back to the game and enjoy it in a different way, you know?
Enemy ships detected.
Yes, that definitely does hurt.
We're under attack.
Oh, there's plenty of new enemies. There are plenty of new enemies, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, maybe. Depends on what it's worth right now. You know how crazy the market on supers is, so could be low one week and then high the next. We have new encounter missions for expert difficulty that spawn every single time. They're like an in-between between normal missions and laboratory missions, but they're guaranteed to spawn on reset. We've also got just the usual Sancha content. The encounter reset timer went from 20 minutes down to 15 minutes, so you can reset encounters every 15 minutes. Other than that, not too much new. Just very small changes here and there. Yep. Well, you can try to spam labs. If you got enough accounts, you can definitely do it. 15-minute timer is so nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty close to being able to have a lab like every reset, if not two. Oh, of course there's always new pay-to-win stuff, but there's a new Omega Duo store, which is only available to players with Omega Duo. It'll give you up to like 60% discounts on nanocores and stuff like that. Nanocore materials and IP, things like that. So, definitely something to look at if you're willing to spend the ISK or the money to upgrade it to level 5. You have an option of ISK or AUR. The ISK stuff is usually just nanocore materials and IP. Everything else is going to be AUR, but still decent discounts. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry you ran into those problems. Alright, not bad.
Warp drive active.
Oh, jeez.
We're under attack.
That's funny. Yeah, it's very clear that the Eve Echoes developers really don't care for hauling at all. If they did, there would be some major overhauls to it to make it worthwhile for people to actually do and not, like, absolutely get destroyed. But it's whatever. They have a different vision for the game, so we'll just go with it. Yeah, Netties operate on a very different marketing model than what we would be used to. They're very used to creating a game and then shutting it down like a year later.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
That is kind of their usual
We're under attack.
playground. Yeah, I think I definitely need to swap out to, a afterburner. I don't need this second armor rep. Not currently. And we won't need it at Tech 7 either. Not unless we really start doing, like, Sancha content.
Enemy ships detected.
The grinding's going pretty good so
We're
far.
under attack.
I think we've pretty much made like 20 million today.
We're under attack.
We're averaging about 10 million per hour as a Tech 6 player without any of the Omega benefits. I'd say that's pretty decent. It's definitely not, like, incredible by any means, but for the limitations we have, it's not bad. Wow, we got one mission. Yeah, there's another bout to take care. $2.1 million, almost 2.2 million. I think we've got about another 30 minutes of grinding that we're going to do today. Which should just be
Warp drive active.
all of the missions that we've got here. That'll put us really close to that 30 minutes, if not a little bit over.
We're under attack.
Let's see how our Concord is looking. I don't think we've hit another level. We have. Awesome. Which means by tomorrow we should finish this week's Concord Pass. If we have the same amount of online time as we did yesterday. I don't really have a lot to talk about, to be honest. We're just grinding and doing our thing. It is a good time.
ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
What I'm really hoping for today, and this is me talking about my main account here, is on the main account, I've got maximum Omega Duo Mystery Store level, so I'm hoping to pick up a Lucid Moon lightweight ship nanocore for relatively cheap. But it is hard to roll a Lucid Moon nanocore. There's only a couple of them that actually have lightweight ship bonuses. And that would be the Termina Echo capital ship box, and I believe Starbreak. Though I'm not 100% sure on the Starbreak one. It will help me a whole lot. You have the Starbreak capital at the moment. It gives the lightweight ship bonuses. Oh, Termina Echo looks so good, though. I don't know which one has the better stats, to be honest. Is Termina Echo the better base nanocore? And then have Starbreak as a integrated attribute? Or, integrated activation? You're happy with Starbreak? Yeah, it's still a good nanocore.
Ships detected.
I have a Star Melody Fan High core that I'm still sitting on. So I can probably just integrate that.
We're under attack.
I don't know, it really depends on what nanocore I get first. I would love to have Starbreak on the Lucid Moon. Especially since I want to be putting it in a position to solo capital raids, along with being able to maybe do Dormant Realm 3. So that Starbreak is gonna be important. But also Star Melody is so important as well that I can integrate it. If I wanted to do Dormant Realm 3, I'm gonna need Star Melody. But if I wanted to do Sansha, I need it to have Starbreak. Star Melody is nice for that, but Termina Echoes also works for higher DPS. I have to look again at what the bonus is for Termina Echo, but I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of the more damage you take, the more damage you do. So early on in a wave, it would be great to have that, to have Termina Echo Nano 4. And we might just go full DPS, Echo and then Melody. Would also be pretty nice. Alright. Oh boy.
Warp
Did
drive
I have
active.
Termina Echo here?
How are you feeling, pilot?
No, that's Cyber X.
We're under attack.
That's actually crazy that Star Melody can charge Star Break. It's such a good combination. Yeah, it can be useful for PvP to slow players down and kind of put a couple of points on them. Especially if you time it right, you can use it to stop people warping through a gate as they're warping to it. Kinda scary stuff. I'm still waiting to see how they choose to one-up that. And so far, the only thing they've done is give us a second Star Melody.
Enemy ships detected.
Here's where I would really like to have
We're
that
under
that
attack.
afterburner. close that distance a lot quicker. And that guy just runs away as soon as he spawns. That is very annoying. I mean, technically you can do double sleeper. You just have to have two of them to work. Right now we have Sleeper and Blue and White Nanocore. Took a pretty big hit there. But once again, it's not really pushing my tank that hard. It's close enough that I might want to use the second armor repair if they spawn right on top of me. But it's also not enough of a problem for me to actually use the second armor repair. Very odd. We're just at that point in our tank where it's needed but not needed. Oh well.
Enemy ships detected.
There we go. This might push our tank a little bit.
We're under attack.
Let's see how this goes. Yeah, they don't quite outpace the armorette. Very close, but not quite. That was a pretty good bounty tick there. 2.8, or no, 2.28 million. We're at 284 million right now. Trying to play catch up here.
Warp drive active.
We could probably just put on another adaptive hardware, and we would only need the one armor rep as well. We're just on that edge, so a little bit more armor resistance would probably do.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
How close are we to our next tech level? 35 days. Awesome. I'm pretty sure we'll cut at least another 5 days off by the end of this Concord Pass. Nah, it's only gonna be like a day and a half that we're cutting off. Nice. Which means we'll get one more Concord Pass. Before we hit Tech 7. Or at least we'll start one more Concord Pass before we hit Tech 7. That'll be really good. After we hit Tech 7, it'll probably be at least 3 weeks, maybe only 2 weeks of Tech 7, and we should have Omega. We'll be right there. But it all depends on how we roll on the skill chips. If we roll a really good skill chip, we will be so close. If we roll like we rolled last time, where we had like a 5 million or 800 million skill chip, it's like, we've got a little while to go. Although this time we did spend a lot of ISK on getting our next ships, so maybe the next skill chip we get will be untouched. we'll just sell it and have the profit. The biggest hurdle for us is activating Omega, by far. Especially since they changed how Dormant Realm works. Meaning that alphas cannot enter Dormant Realm.
Enemy ships detected.
It really makes being Omega so much more valuable if we can get carried.
We're being warp scrambled.
And then use what we earn there to fund our Omega for the next month. If we can just keep doing that regularly, then everything else will come much easier for us. So we want to get hold of a nightmare on this character, so that's at least like a month or two of doing only Dormant Realm once we hit Omega. But I'm sure we're gonna have some other incomes as we're going. Like I said, Concord Pass has a little bit of income for us, so we're probably looking at like a month after having Omega to actually being able to purchase a nightmare.
We're being warp scrambled.
Falgorn would be pretty nice as well. And the Azazel. So eventually we'll get our hands on those as well and show those off. But for now we're just gonna focus on the Sancho stuff. That would be the Succubus, the Phantasm, the Fiend, and the Nightmare. And who knows, maybe by the time we get to the Nightmare, we might have another option after that. We technically have the option of the Ascendant, but that thing costs 250 billion-ish, which is utterly ridiculous. And that is just for the ship itself, not for any of its modules or anything like that. Technically, it doesn't fall under the laser category, but it is prioritized on laser fighters. So, maybe we can work around that, but Nightmare is currently our endgame. Oh good, we have 2 more missions to do, and about 4 minutes till the reset.
Warp drive active.
And then I get to go look at what kind of discounts I get on my main character. Well, I may not actually finish the last mission here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna not do the last mission, which I think is security threat? Yes. Yes, yes. We'll also have the Sancha spawns happening in about 2 minutes, 1 minute. So maybe we'll have a look and see where that's at before we end the day. Because it is going to be important for our grinding much later on. There's a lot of benefit we can get from doing Sancha content, especially if we get a little bit lucky. Jano, I think you can drop items in that game on the floor and another person can pick it up. Technically tradable. No, Jano, you've lost your identity. Snoopy has stolen it.
We're under
Alright,
attack.
so the Sancha should be spawning. That was a lot of S's.
We're under attack.
Okay, so we're gonna come to here. We've got Sancha Assault. Where is it? Maybe it's not spawned yet. Oh no, it spawns at 9 o'clock now. Doesn't it? Ugh. It spawns always so late. I believe this is the last wave of this mission. So I'm gonna fire up the other alt here. My main character, I should say. So that way we can do a quick swap when we need to. Almost done here.
Enemy ships detected.
Oh no, one more wave.
We're under
Okay,
attack.
here we go. Ooh, good shot on that frigate. Very good shot. Good bounty tick for our last bounty tick of the day. 2.472 million. Not bad. We are almost at 290 million. I think after this mission completes, we'll be at 290. Ah, that's unfortunate, Jenner. Alright, that is the end of that mission, and we are paid 332,000, so not quite. We are just shy of 290 million.
Autopilot engaged.
As we're docking up, I am going to swap over to
Warp drive
my
active.
alt. So that's the end result of our grinding today. We'll be a little bit over 290 after we get those last little bounty ticks there, but not bad. We did pretty good on the
Destined
income.
docking request accepted.
Alright, let me swap over to my main character here. Come on. Dang, it is. It is fighting me. Alright, now we should be able to see what we roll. Alright, what do we think? What do we think we're gonna roll? You think we'll get what I want? Alright, so. This is the nanocore we're looking for, at least one of them. But it's the wrong price. So, we're gonna take a picture of that. We're gonna hit refresh. Okay. This is actually a really good deal. 2,000 databank for 50 AUR is pretty good. I think I'm gonna pick that up. And I'm gonna pick that up. And let's see the next reset. Okay, so Illusory Ghost. Not what I need. And nothing here I would pick up. 60% discount on a frigate box, though. Not bad. Alright, last reset. Let me take a picture of that. And we got Dragon Champ at 60% discount, which is not what I need. Alright, well, unfortunate, but not the worst. 30% off? Well, I'm definitely gonna pick up the IP. Debating whether these are worth it. 35 AUR is 12 million, what is it, 500,000? For each one, so that's 437 million. And 1,000 databanks currently sell for... Oof, they are crashing hard. I'm gonna say like 2 million. Yeah, so that's like 2 billion I could get out of that. I think I'm just... I can get a better deal later on. I don't think 30% is worth it. Not yet. It's nice, but... I think I'd want to get the better price. Alright, so that was everything I received. Like I said, this Dragon Chant box is kinda useless for me. Unfortunately. Unless I went with, like... Does the Karura have one in here? Yeah. Could go with Karura. But, still not great. Is what it is. Alright. Oh boy. Well, that is it for me today. We had a pretty good day on the Alpha to Omega account. We made quite a lot. Unfortunately, we didn't roll the nanocore I wanted, but that's fine. We'll get it another day. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, and be safe.